Hello, everybody. This is Andy Littman giving some lip to Atlanta sports. So, I started looking at free agency for Major League Baseball in 2024. Too soon, Braves fans? I know. But I got to do something to kind of hide the sadness right now of losing that playoff series. How do I improve a really good team and yet still keep payroll under control? So, I looked at the Braves' salaries going into 2024, and you have several players that are receiving raises. You got Austin Riley, who's getting a $6 million raise. Matt Olson, $1 million. You've got Sean Murphy getting a $5 million raise over last year. And Max Fried, you don't know exactly what he's going to get because it's his last year of arbitration, but I would assume a couple more million. And then after that, it's kind of pennies on the dollar. So it's really not a big change. So here's where it gets interesting. What players are you going to re-sign? And if I'm the Braves, here are the decisions I'm making. Charlie Morton, another $20 million deal? No. I say no. No $20 million deal. Eddie Rosario, he's got a player option. Well, he's got a team option for $9 million. At first, I thought that's a pretty good deal for him, but I got to be honest with you. Eddie's an all right player. I mean, had some clutch moments, but I think I'm done with Eddie Rosario in left field. Goodbye. Brad Hand, $7 million option. Nope. Goodbye. Colin McHugh, you got to be kidding me. $6 million? No. Kirby Yates, 5.75 million. No, 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 no. So you got a couple free agents, a couple big ones, Joe Jimenez and Pierce Johnson. Do you want to re-sign them? They both had pretty good years. Jimenez made almost $3 million this year, and Pierce Johnson made almost $2 million this year. So you know it's going to go up to get those guys. Now here's where the money works out. All right. So let's say you released all those players that I just said. That's about $65 million in releases. As far as raises go for those main players, that's $15 million. So you subtract the two, and that means that's $50 million in releases. So you've got $50 million to spend. And I was looking at it, the Braves each year, the last 3 years, have spent at least 13 to 15% more the following year. So I'm going to say that's another $31 million that will be available to the Braves. So total, $81 million you have to spend. Now, with those main players, here's what I'm doing with that 81 million. All right. I'm going to go re-sign Joe Jimenez, hopefully for $4 million a year. Again, that'd be about a little over $1 million raise. Pierce Johnson, I'm going to try to get him for 2.5 million. Again, I don't know what these players are asking. They may be asking for more than that, but I really seriously doubt it. All right, here come the new players. Get ready, drum roll. All right, Aaron Nola. Yeah, I know he plays for the Phillies. So you get him from the Phillies. He's a free agent. You make them weaker. You make us stronger. He, according to everything I've read, is going to look for about $24 million a year. If he will take $24 million a year, I'd be willing to give him a multi-year deal. All right. Cody Bellinger. Listen, the man is clutch in the postseason. He had a great year. You throw him in left field. I know he's a center fielder by trade, but I think he can play left field. He'd be about $30 million a year. I do it. All right. I'm going all in with this. You got a lot of long-term contracts, really good deals. You got to take a few risks. Now I want to fix my bullpen a little bit. You got a left fielder, you got another starter. You fix the bullpen up, but you add one more. You go get Jordan Hicks. He's a free agent. He's going to want about $8 million a year, I'm guessing, after reading everything. So you get Jordan Hicks. He's the guy that throws about 103 miles an hour. He's had some arm injuries, but if you can get him on a 2 or 3 year deal, I think you do it. My final player is going to be controversial. I'm sorry about that. But there's been a settlement. Apparently, they're now saying that Trevor Bauer did nothing wrong in the situation. I say sign Trevor Bauer to a 1 year deal, bring him back to the U.S. He pitched in Japan last year, had a very good year. I know he's a distraction, but can you imagine Trevor Bauer in the starting rotation? I'd say you give him $15 million a year. So between Hicks and Bauer, that's $23 million. Bellinger makes it $53 million. Nola makes it about 77 million. Jimenez makes it 81, and then Johnson, you're about 83. So you're right at where you need to be, around 81 million. All right. So Jimenez and Johnson and Hicks fix your bullpen. Your bullpen is good because remember you're getting Matzik back as well. Then your starters, you add Nola and Bauer, and you've got Fried, who you can try to extend his contract. You can try to get him a deal. I don't think he's going to make any sort of an effort to come to Atlanta, to stay in Atlanta for his career. So you've got Fried, Strider, Nola, Bauer, and then Smith Shawver or Waldrop, whichever one becomes your 5 starter. Your starters are insanely good right there. Your bullpen's really good. And then you look at your lineup, you have added Bellinger. That is a pretty darn good lineup. And as far as shortstop goes, I think you stick with Grissom and Orlando Arcia, and you let them battle it out. I think Grissom is going to continue to improve on his defense. He's a very good hitter. I really like the kid. He's only like 22 years old. I still think the kid has a future with the Braves. But I'm looking at those moves. Now, listen, I know they're going to make some trades in between and some things could change. But look at that roster. If you could somehow put something like that together, that's a roster that could not only win in the regular season, it would be a much better roster in the postseason. So that's what I'm looking at. I know the Bauer move is controversial, and I know a lot of people do not like him because of some of the things he, I don't know, allegedly did, but a lot of that is coming back as he didn't. I don't know. But listen, we had Ozuna. That's been controversial. He's still on we still have 2 more years of Ozuna, so I don't think he's going anywhere. Although I wouldn't mind getting rid of Ozuna. I wouldn't mind getting rid of Arcia, to be honest with you. I know, but he's only making a couple million a year. Arcia really is a good deal to keep him. But Ozuna, man, if they could still get rid of him, I would do it. I mean, he just had 40 home runs. It's the time to get rid of him. But that's what I do to improve the Braves for next season. Let me know what you think. I'm Andy Littman, giving some lip to Atlanta Sports. Have a great night, everybody.